Hello everyone, this is a black plague infested hamster coming at you again with another Bloodborne PvP video. I want to talk about one thing, or rather, I want to ask you one thing. What kind of hunter are you? By that I mean, what kind of player are you? The type of hunter that I am, personally, I like to have long drawn out fights like in this very first invasion that you're watching. This one took about 13 or 12 and a half minutes, something like that. It was just non-stop fighting. And I included it in this video because I really like the way that it just evolved over time. This host is going to get help from a summon, then they're going to have to deal with me going towards the enemies, and then the co-opper will die, and then I'll just be left alone with the host again. It's just really nice. I like the cycling of it, we just went from different stages. It's a great thing to see because what I'm going to talk about is the type of players that there are here in Bloodborne. For an example, easy example, when Bloodborne was first announced to be free on PS Plus for PS Plus users, within 24 hours of that announcement, people made their level 43 characters because 43 can invade from 30 to like 60 or something like that, which is a good range if you want to invade new players. So there's people that did that, and then it branches out into two paths, right? People that made their character and they kept the character honest. They have, relatively good upgrade level, and they have mediocre gems, maybe, and that's about it. And they look for the health runes so they can have more health. That's about it, right? But then you get the other side of the spectrum, which is the people that on day one of Bloodborne being announced as a free title for PS Plus users, these people started to farm the Chalice dungeons so they could have 327% gems on their weapon. This means that these people will either one-shot or two-shot pretty much everyone, especially if they're new players, because new players will get hit by stuff that, typically doesn't hit because they don't know the movesets, right? So, with that in mind, I figured, why not talk about it, just to mention that that's not the type of player that I am. That is not my hunter. My hunter is a hunter that likes to give players an experience. Again, like in this invasion, that just evolves into something more. It just keeps escalating, really. That's the word. It keeps escalating in chaos, and it just keeps going and going. So, that's the type of thing that I like. But then you get this other argument, right? Which happened to me, which was, okay, well, you keep your character honest. What happens when either the host or his two co-opers are not honest, and his two co-opers are people that are like max level and they have great gems with fully upgraded weapons? What do you do then? Well, I got pissed off, alright? Because I invaded like 6 or 7 times, and I kept getting killed by co-opers that were just... For example, this one guy, I remember, he had the Holy Moonlight Sword, and it was just the regular form, just the one-handed form. The regular R1, the standard, normal-ass R1, took away like 70% of my health. And then the host had a decently damaging Saw Cleaver, I think it was. There was no way that I could win that. Not damage-wise, at least. Like, something had to happen. The PvE had to kill them for me to win that. I did not win. I got killed. I got fucking murdered. And this happened, 6 or 7 times. At that point, I was like, you know what? I need to have something to defend myself against people that are like this. Is it the fault of the host that he has a friend that has a max-level character or a really pumped-up, strong character? No. It's not his fault. In fact, the host and everyone pretty much has every right to play the game however they want. Because talking outside of the game, you paid money for this, and you pay money for the online feature too. So you can do whatever the hell you want. All right, I don't try to take that away from people. You know, you paid for this. You know, you do whatever you want with it. You want your friend, your max level character friend, to beat the game for you. Okay, you can do that. That's fine. So, even if the game was free, or was free for the month of March, that's still, people took the time to download it. They take time off of their day. You still need to pay for the online, so you still, even though you're probably not spending money directly because you already have the subscription, you still put money in it in some form, So you can do whatever you want. I'm not trying to say that if you enjoy one or two shotting people that, you need to stop that. It's bad. It's bad, man. Though I do believe that there is some negative things that come out of it, I insist that you can still do it because it's your game. You can do whatever you want. So what I did was the following, and this is what you're going to be seeing in later videos. This character is a strength character. I have a beast cutter, and I dropped the beast cutter and I put a boom hammer because the boom hammer sort of keeps with the theme of this being a strong hammer guy, just for the theme of it, this is a hammer hunter. They double H. So both the Kirk hammer and the boom hammer, because I was angry at the time. I was really pissed off. So both the Kirk hammer and the boom hammer are really, really pumped up. They both have 22% attack gems, 3 of them each. They're both upgraded. The Kirk hammer is plus 10. The boom hammer is, I think, at plus 9. In this particular invasion, the Kirk hammer is not at that point yet. This is still just a Kirk hammer with mediocre gems. And so what I did was I switched one of the weapons off for the whirligig saw. Now the whirligig that I have on this character is a plus 8 with no gems. It does enough damage that it can be decent. If you're fighting 2 people or 3 and all 3 of them or 2 of them do like no damage, because that still happens because a lot of new players don't know where to find the upgrade materials, so they'll usually be weaker in terms of damage. So to make it a little fair for everyone, I use a whirligig plus 8 with no gems. It does enough damage that it's decent, and it doesn't do enough damage to be, 1-shotty, 2-shotty. So that's the way that I sort of found a good middle ground, and I highly recommend it if you're on the fence. Have one really good weapon that's like really beefed up to deal with like the high-level co-opers and maybe even twinking hosts. You can invade a twink character that is trying to invade. So you can see here in this invasion that the fights just keep escalating. We keep moving all over. I'm trying to bait them into the alien here, Cthulhu man, and I do, but they kill him really quick. So these guys were pretty good. They weren't really dumb. They weren't gun spamming. They weren't being just bloodthirsty. They're good. They're good. And this is the type of fight that I really like because it just showcases all the things that can happen in an invasion. And I love invading in Byrgenwerth because you can go from one area to the other, and then in the other area you'll have enemies get involved, and it's just complete chaos. And because the stage is so small, it happens very quickly. So it's a great place to showcase what an actual long invasion in Bloodborne can look like. And again, this wouldn't be happening if I had a pumped up Kirkhammer. Like, the host would have been dead long ago, and so would have the co-opper. But I enjoy the fact that it took so long. I enjoy the fact that I could give them a good fight, and they could give me a good fight too, because they were doing very well. And that's just the type of hunter that I am, I keep it, try to keep it fair for everyone so we can all have a good experience. But that's the problem, is that the fairness usually has to come from the invader. Because if the host is new, they don't know. They just fight. So it's that temptation, you know, having to resist the urge to just one-shot or two-shot people. I don't enjoy it because it's boring. You wait around for an invasion, you finally find one, and then in probably less than 20 seconds, you're gonna destroy everyone in there. So that you can wait like 5 minutes again for an invasion. It's boring, you know, I don't like it. So I resorted to using a weaker weapon against the solo host, or even if they're co-oping, but they both do like little to no damage. I'll resort to using a weaker weapon. The most extreme case I've done is with a second character that I have that hopefully I'll be uploading videos of soon, is a generic hunter that I have. He is just a generic hunter. Has a blunderbuss, a saw cleaver, the generic hunter attire. And the saw cleaver is really pumped up. It's at plus 10. It has the 322% gems, because I'm not going to farm 27%. Fuck that. You don't need it. That's just it. You don't need it. Period. So, that character, the hunter, the generic hunter, I usually take the saw cleaver to kill the co-opers, and then I'll take out an unupgraded, alright, a +0 saw spear. No gems, no upgrades, nothing. I'll take that, and I'll fight the host with that. And it's actually really, really fun. Because if the host isn't doing any damage, and you're not doing any damage, then you just have to fight, man. You just fight. And I find that really fun. And, you know, another thing is, people may not believe it, but when you go into a world and you invade and you one-shot or two-shot people, it's not fun, especially for newer players. They'll say, you know, man, because they don't know, right? They'll usually say, like, man, fuck these people. They're just cheating assholes. They're just fucking killing me in 1 or 2 hits. I'm done with this shit. I'm gonna play offline. And that's discouraging for them, you know, because they don't know what the hell's going on, and they're probably not going to know. And that means that there's going to be less people overall to invade, because more and more people will get, you know, they'll get savvy to that. They'll be like, okay, there's a thing called twinks, twink characters, and they're going to invade me, and they're going to try to fucking one-shot me, so I'm going to play offline. You know, and that's really bad for the game. Again, like I keep saying, if you're the type of person that wants to do that, that's fine. You paid for the game, whatever. But I don't like it. You see that 0 damage backstab he did on me? This guy was trying to meme on me, but I wasn't letting him. This is when I still had the beast cutter as a secondary weapon. I'm gonna clip through the wall and hit him. Just have none of his meme shit. He probably wanted me to be in his YouTube clip. Idiot. Good on him for trying, though. Good on him for trying. But look at him. I mean, he has a Moonlight Sword, you know? He went to the DLC, so he's probably a twin character. You can have DLC weapons, you know? It's just the real twinky part comes from the gems. The blood gem system, by the way, I think is fucking retarded. It's ridiculous. I don't like it at all. It's the one thing of this game that I wish just didn't exist. But that could be another different video. In fact, I think I will. I'll talk about, you know, what could possibly be good alternatives to having gems. You can still have gems, just have them do other things other than, you know, just take 500% attack boost so you can murder one person. It's like, nah, that's bad. But anyway, going back to the topic, players get discouraged if you invade and you just try to one-shot them or something like that. So the way that I do it now is that I try to play more as an NPC hunter than I do, you know, just play the way that I play as a player. It sounds weird, I know, but it's enjoyable to do a little bit of roleplay, you know, sort of do the edgy walks here and there and just taunt them in the middle of a fight or something like that. Also, this strength character, I also use the cannon because it's fun. It's really fun. I like it. It's also good for destroying the password summons that I've been talking about. You can just get rid of them with a fucking cannon if you don't feel like having really, really strong weapons, which is also a good alternative, you know, that cannon. So how many 27% gems do I need to take care of this one guy? The answer is 0. I don't even need to attack this guy. I'll prove it to you. He's gonna die. You can probably already tell how he's gonna die. Yes, he's gonna get hit by the log. I walk over the button because I know that I can't activate it, but he can, and that's what he wants to do. And I'm like, okay, fair enough. He's trying to be sneaky about it. That's cool. It's really unique. And then he just... Oh. How new do you think he was? He didn't know where the log was gonna go. I don't think he expected it to just break off like that. I think he thought it was just gonna swing. But yeah, I don't like to discourage new players by just hitting them for absurd amounts of damage. I'm not trying to preach. I'm not trying to tell anyone how to play. I'm just saying this is what I personally do, you know. I'll switch to a +8 whirligig saw with no gems, and I'll just use that. With my hunter, I will use a saw spear, unupgraded saw spear. And I'll be happy with that, and it's enjoyable, it's fun. Whenever you do invade a group of players that they all do a lot of damage, then you can pull out your strong weapon. But I'm not on board with the whole, you know, farming 27% gems just for, you know, 1 or 2 shotting people. That's just, it's not in me, man. I don't... Look at that L2. Holy shit. I know I've been rambling about the same topic for a long time, but I just wanted to get that out there, you know. There's different types of hunters. So what type of hunter are you? What kind of hunter are you? A hunter must hunt. Anyway, that's just my 10 cents on it. My $1.50. Thanks for watching, guys. Join me next time when I spread the Black Plague all over Europe. It's gonna be fun. Thank you for watching.